The spirit of Muhammad's legacy cannot be overestimated, cannot be underestimated. And as I stand before you today, must be embraced when everyone's asking, what next? What are we going to do? How are we going to mark his legacy? Ladies and gentlemen, his legacy has already begun. Are we going to enrich, add value, and take it forward? 5 continents, 50 community campuses, 50,000 social coaches, 5 million children and young people engaged, equipped, and empowered. That is our commitment. That's an inspired commitment, a legacy opportunity for all. Muhammad Ali inspired. Because in every way, shape, or form, the quotes say everything. The words resonate. Because ultimately, if we look at what we're doing and how we're doing it, if we don't count these days and make these days count, we will not be able to mark anything that the future suggests. I am not about 5-year strategies. This is a 1-year strategy. That's all that time is allowing us in that uncertain world that we live in. But ultimately, champions aren't made in the gym. They do come from within. I learned nothing from winning. I learned everything from losing. But this is something that I or we cannot fail. We cannot afford to fail. That is why it's me, we. How powerful 2 words can be. That is why it's about collaboration. That's why sport, in its transferability of leadership, understanding, respect, common goals, common aims, because we can win the hearts and minds. I think the service to others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth, or your time here on earth. Whatever you believe in, whatever you look like, wherever you come from, whatever you sound like. My spiritual philosophy is we all bleed red. And I have no more intention of seeing any more young lives lost. I hated losing. So why would I accept young lives lost? In our culture, the village brings up the child. So how have we let so many become lost? How many have been lost in their journey? How many should not realize and achieve their potential? Every single one of you are going to have to play your part. That is my impassioned plea. Louisville has an exceptional environment where its challenges are simply its opportunities. Louisville's greatest son is now beginning to be a father to so many in the example that he has set. But there are so many shoulders upon whom we stand that we should never forget. So the confidence, the conviction, the dedication, the giving, the respect, and the spirituality is all that I hope that you will take with the eyes to see and the ears to hear. Please do not sympathize, empathize. Every single one of you, if you play your part, will see us rebalance the imbalance. As I visited Smoketown, I hadn't believed there was a 14-year-old schoolboy that had lost his life. He had. And there was a cross, and there were some more smaller crosses and mementos marking Train Wanty, Benji, Corey Jr. Davis was assassinated 2 weeks ago in the East End of London. He didn't get the chance to go to school or return back to school. And I was thinking of giving it all up. But I chair a university now. I have 15,000 students, 800 staff, and they are all going to have to give back. The East End of London, the Olympic Park, was where Muhammad, along with Lonnie, was last seen globally. there is a journey, there is a legacy, there is an opportunity. So many more lives, because these just represent a few. But please never forget, because when the time comes, what would we say? What would Muhammad say? Be interested what he might say at the UN. Arthur Ashe conveyed a message, another man who inspired a lot of what I do. But so many. Ambassador Shabazz, as a former sportswoman, I must pay tribute to a significant woman of greatness in Janice Ann Argyle. She is a world champion. She has shared this journey with me. And that's what we can do when you never give up. Because it's a fight we must win. There is our philosophy, but ultimately, the late President Mandela, who granted me and afforded me the privilege of helping use sport and the arts as a cultural vaccine in post-apartheid South Africa, and the late Steve Biko, who created the community in Ubuntu, because they had no grants, they had no money, but they had indomitable human spirit. And there were extraordinary people doing extraordinary things for extraordinary reasons. And I translated some of that in Ubuntu into our communities. So there is an intergenerational past, present, and future. But vision without action is but a dream. Action without vision is merely passing time. Vision with action can change the world. They can change our communities, and they can change the hearts and minds of the young who least have the opportunity to feast on it. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I believe Mr. Thompson would prefer to take questions and to dialogue with you personally after the event, so please don't hesitate to stay around, to discuss, to have conversation, to enjoy a few more refreshments. Don't rush off. Thank you so much for being with us today, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Thank you.